All right. Well, by the way,
Yes.
do you remember what the hell's going on in this game?
No.
Like I watched. You can go to start, I guess.
Okay.
I watched the opening, right?
Yeah.
Because it was on loop, and I was checking the that everything was recording okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is new for us, isn't it?
I'm sorry.
I think this is a new
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah. We just
Heels?
cleared the last chapter.
Cab to get me to the island.
Alive, people! We have an unidentified vehicle approaching. Close the gate!
Yeah.
I don't remember the military.
Well, I never.
Okay, I remember him. I remember the girl.
Yeah. I remember her threatening the girl with a gun. Although the girl is very obviously her.
Yeah, which she protected from a battle, and then you fought another god.
Yeah.
You were running on a bunch of rocks, and
I never did, and now I'm Sonic the Hedgehog. I never did pretend to understand this game in the slightest. This is like the movie that I watched with Nathan Crystal last night called Red Line. It's an anime about racing, but it's not really about racing. It's about a bunch of random shit that happens.
so it's anime.
Yeah. It's very anime.
Now, for you to say that as an Evangelion fan is saying something.
Well, Evangelion is sort of the exception to the rule. Not every anime is this epic cerebral story about depression and humanity and all that. Some of them are just about random shit happening.
What?
Like One Piece, which is about a whole bunch of dumb shit. But Redline's fun.
It seems your driving is on par with your...
So I started watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I finished up Full Metal Alchemist, and then
You think you've got me
it was.
figured out, don't
I mean, it wasn't like
We journalists have to have some.
Blue Gender ending bad of like, comes out of nowhere and like, what the fuck? The Earth's not happy?
You understand the rationale behind that, right? They started
Yeah.
production of the anime while the manga was still ongoing.
And the author of the manga asked them not to reveal manga plot until the manga was written. Or just it wasn't available.
so
Depends
she worked
on which.
with them on...
Yeah, so they had an alternate storyline, blessed everything, not like they, decided to just make their own shit up, but the
movie
manga ended up
really where
going.
it falls apart.
The which one falls apart?
The movie is where that whole thing really falls
Oh, does
apart.
it?
Where like all the...
Which movie
implicit-
now? The movie off of.
Conqueror of Shambhala. Not the Brotherhood
Okay, so that's
movie.
off of the original. the-
Not the Star of David. I forget that. Like both movies have a lot of the Full Metal Alchemist. The what are they called?
But I love
The guys at Scar. He's a member of that race. I forget what they're called.
Oh, you gotta do something now.
Yeah. But
Take you a moment to get back into the control screen,
Right.
maybe.
I've been playing Ninja Gaiden 3.
Okay, that's probably
so-
not that.
Well, it is different, but at the same time,
Yeah, so the general consensus, was that Brotherhood is better in a lot of respects than the original one, even by people who don't seem to be. I guess that's a fail condition.
I guess I thought maybe I could jump.
Are you? Oh, okay. Maybe you shoot them, or can you jump over to them? Maybe.
Maybe I can. Well, I got shot, so there's that. And the fact that they have the trumpet sound is really kind of annoying. And
Yeah. So on the beginning, before we got off on the anime sidetrack, I was watching the loop go by in the beginning enough to like, on the 20th time, I almost started to like, oh wait a minute. Okay, so she's the daughter of an angel and a demon. And then when they went to kill her mother and then cast out or kill the child, the abomination,
yeah,
is when the girl in the red showed up.
uh huh.
And then, the next thing they're like all dead. So I'm guessing, and then it goes to the scene where, you know, you find her, Bayonetta, in the lake.
I'm really fucking confused as to what I'm supposed to be doing there because I will fall through parts of the car. Anyway.
So I guess that's what it is, but then again, Bayonetta has no memory. No, here's the weird thing. Okay, so here, I don't know if I'm just way off base or if I'm calling it now. If I'm calling Bayonetta out for its shit right here, right now.
But
In that, the child is not you. The child is your daughter. You're actually the one who broke the law and had the affair with the angel. Or devil, whichever one you're the opposite of, I guess.
yeah.
Because the woman in red was there, the one that keeps popping up that you fight,
Yeah.
she was there. And it's like, okay, I get that you live a long time, but that seemed to not add up. Now, give me this was like the 25th time watching the intro on loop while I was, you know, testing sound things and stuff, so take that for what it's worth.
There we go. I figured it out.
But yeah, the ending of Brotherhood, I mean, up until the... So, it did feel like halfway through the Full Metal Alchemist, the original, or whatever you want to call it, the 2003 or 5, whatever it was. It felt like, you know, after around episode 26 or so, like, okay, we had our good story arc, right? We defined what the Philosopher's Stone is and how it's made.
It's made out of people.
Yeah, and you have the scene where
Spoiler
Ed
alert.
refuses to kill all the prisoners. Like, he's given, like, the easiest choice, right? Like,
Yeah.
these guys are the worst of the worst. You can have everything back, make a stone, and save your brother. And, you know, he's like, you know, alright, screw it. We're just gonna live this way. No life is worth it, you know?
Yeah.
Then they were like, yeah, we want to make another 26 or so of these. And they were they feel like they were grasping at straws. Like, somebody said, like, well, we've got, like, greed, lust, and envy, you know? Or, gluttony.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. Gluttony, lust, and envy, I think. And it's like, why don't we do something with the, you know, 7 sins? Because we've already been skirting around it anyway, right?
Yeah.
And they start defining the homunculi, but it never felt like this was a from the get-go plot, you know? Like, when you guys sat down, you had no idea of the homunculi and where they came from and all that. You felt like started writing yourselves into a corner, don't know what you're doing, and then you end on, you know, by being connected to the real world Earth or something,
Yeah.
where science rules and not alchemy. I was like, you know, really? Really? Is that what we're doing? Alright, whatever.
You know,
So I don't know if I'm going into Brotherhood with false hope, if of like, yeah, okay, I wasn't gonna watch Brotherhood, because I was kind of like, I'm not gonna watch just the same anime, same premise, different story, same characters. But after that, I was like, you can do better.
well, here's... I'm going to give you an unpopular opinion alert. Even though I recognize and accept the original series problems, I like the original much better than Brotherhood for some very essential reasons. Mostly because by the time you get to the end of Brotherhood, you feel like you're watching an episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh shit! See, I was talking with Nathan today, and I watched the first couple episodes, and I'm like, did they stop with the exposition shit? Because in the first episode, he's chasing down a rogue alchemist. It is.
Right.
And then the guy fights him, and then he goes into like this 2-minute exposition of like, wait, you don't need a transmutation circle? And your arm is made of steel? Oh my god,
everybody
you
does
are the
that.
Full Metal Alchemist with the
Everybody does
brother
that.
who... I'm like, wait a minute, am I watching Dragon Ball Z? Did something happen here? I mean, at least at this...
No, a car is not an angel. Fuck you, Benny. I'm taking away your fucking pixie sticks.
Oh...
Yeah, that's how I felt.
That's how you start a motorcycle, kids. Fun fact.
Hey, look, I'm playing Final Fantasy VII.
Oh wow, you just I never played Final Fantasy VII, but I called Nathan out on him a little bit. He's like, Nathan, you bought that on Steam, didn't you?
He's like, yeah, I want my cloud saves. Her.
Yeah, and it's like, they didn't even HD the graphics, man. They literally did the bare minimum they could, which was make it run on a PC.
Yep.
And you guys are giving them money. Like, you're not...
I still have my PlayStation 1 copy from 1997. I'm
Well,
not giving Steam money for something I already own.
I went out and I bought Final Fantasy VII. It's on my list of, like, I've got to go through and play some of these games.
It's not aged well.
No, so I put it in the PlayStation, right? Because I want to make sure, because I bought it used, that it worked.
Yeah.
And the opening sequence plays. I'm watching the opening sequence, you know? There's grand airships going on and big unfolding scenery and
Right.
just dramatic moment, you know. I have no idea what's going on. I have no context of these characters. But I'm watching it and I'm kind of like, okay, yeah, this might not be too bad. I'm not a JRPG guy, right?
Right.
I am playing JRPGs because as a game designer, I am on a
What the hell? I just got...
vision quest, if you will. Not to teach myself to like JRPGs,
But to teach yourself about what they are and how they work.
and why the people who like them.
Yes.
I want to be able to empathize with them. I want to understand why the hell would Cicely play Blue Dragon all 3 discs.
I don't know why Cicely would play Blue Dragon.
Wait, it gets better. All 3 discs, get near to the end, find out like she didn't do some completionist thing, and start over. Like spitting distance from the end, start over. We're talking like 3 days of playtime on a game.
There's no... Okay, I am not a completionist, okay? Unless we're talking like a storyline thing where I was going for a specific outcome. If we're talking about, an achievement, fuck that.
Yeah, I think this was in our worst period of achievement whoring.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the days where I'm playing Katamari just to get all the achievements in Katamari.
No, thank you. I mean, there are games that do a decent enough job of incentivizing me to go through and play it, and there are some games that I just like so much that it's like I've already got 95% of the achievements anyway. Why not?
Why not? Yeah. So there's the why not get it.
But as far as just like, I do not start out of the game saying I need to get every achievement in this game.
So generally, that I would play the game, and if you give me over half, I'll think about it. If I finish the game and I don't have half the achievements, it's not on the list. The Katamari thing was the worst moment where I'm like just a spitting distance away from 10,000 gamer score.
Yeah.
Which now means nothing. And I haven't moved far beyond that because I kind of fell out of it. There's a moment I think where
when you go into indie games, you're not getting a lot of achievements.
No.
Playing those.
No, there's no achievements in indie games. The first rule of indie games.
Like
the second rule is there's no internet connection.
Third rule is
But-
no connect.
There's no internet connection from within your indie game, but an always online internet connection is required to launch the indie game. A lot of people don't realize or know that indie games have an always online requirement on the Xbox. Quite a pain in the ass to take your game to like a PAX and set up a demo, because if you can't get internet, you can't launch the game.
That whole thing that people were fearing, they've actually been doing for some time.
Well, and look how it's helped the sales of indie games. I mean...
Oh yeah, they're out of control.
So at some point we're gonna fight this. Oh, that didn't. Oh.
What's happening now?
Okay.
Okay.
It's all under control. At some point we're gonna fight this super angel car or whatever.
I guess. I mean,
You've been dead on this motorcycle for like
10 minutes.
2/3 of the ride here. You've been near death. Is there a way that you build up health, or...?
You do, but you get it by killing enemies generally.
Okay.
And honestly, I've just been shooting cars and randomly pressing buttons for no real goddamn reason.